I am lost. Pray that I shall find my path. Pray that I shall not lose heart. Pray I see for who I am. This, the only wish I have. Before I've wronged, so far gone.
We should think of finding shelter soon, before it gets too dark.
I know that I'm asking for too much, but despite everything that's happened, would you please stay with me?
What? Edwin, please, calm down.
Ilona, I can't. Not in a situation like this.
You're right, but I need you to slow down. I can't keep up with you, and that is only going to make us look all the more suspicious. We have only each other to rely on. If only the moonlight would never leave us. We should rest here for a while. Edwin. Ed.
Yes, I'm here. Please, forgive my wandering mind. What could I ever do without you? I feel like I have never thanked you for...
You have thanked me more than enough already, Edwin. I appreciate it.
I haven't felt like myself lately, since the incident back at the Priory. Try as I may to blend in, to do good, and keep myself in check. I am a beast, through and through. What is it that we've done so wrong? Is us being together something so heinous? Is my existence such a sin? I did not know the extent of the hatred that lay within their souls until that night. To go as far as to burn me alive. Is there something wrong with me, Ilona? I'm always on edge, fearing for our lives. I never meant to put you through this.
If you want my answer as a former nun, you and I have sinned. You said that you were a beast, through and through. You're not. You're...
That's enough loitering around the town while looking suspicious, don't you think? I've been observing your movements from the battlements for a while now. Be grateful that the town master wishes to have a meeting with you, or else I would have already pierced you with my arrows.
But we...
May we ask, to what purpose do we owe this pleasure?
Sister. All I know is that the master called you. I sighted a nun and a man outside the town walls and informed him of this. I can tell your legs are shaking even from here. So make sure to comply obediently, and I won't ask any difficult questions about you in return.
She simply asked what business the master has with us. You're acting very feisty for someone who didn't even have the decency to introduce herself.
Fair enough. My name is Annery. Happy now? I'm not going to probe you or anything. You may be outsiders, but you look like decent enough folk. No need to come up with any grand excuses for why you're here. So, let's get back to it. Will you accept the town master's call?
I suppose that choice is not truly much of one. I accept.
A wise judgment. You're clever for a nun. But you should learn to keep your dog in line.
Excuse me?
I don't appreciate being called feisty.
I meant no offense when I said that. My apologies.
So, you do have manners. It would do you well to keep them. Let's get moving then. I'll escort you to the manse.
When was the last time I felt any hope? Anything besides pain? The swelling in my chest is excruciating. I truly wouldn't have made it this far on my own. Even if I hide what I am well, people can't help but to be suspicious. Although, a town full of people not trying to kill me yet is quite an improvement.
What kind of decorations are these?
It's for All Hallows' Eve, a celebration to commemorate the dead.
You mean All Saints' Eve? Why are the townsfolk celebrating in joy then?
uh, you were raised strictly, Ilona. Father Ivanov never wanted you to know about these pagan festivals. Oh!
Young lad, please watch your step. One mistake and this weary old man is done for.
I'm so sorry for bumping into you, sir.
Kelek, we're the same age.
Fancy meeting you here, Anari. I didn't know you liked to take strolls. I never knew you had friends either. And who may you be, dear sister?
I'm not sure we're friends.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, anyhow. I'm Kelek. Anari and I go way back.
That we do, and I regret it.
You've just got to love that personality. Don't take her too seriously. She's always been like that.
I see. I'm Edwin. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
As am I. My name is Ilona. Forgive my ignorance, but are you the master of this town?
Me? Sorry, but no. I'm just a physician and herbalist. Did the master summon you?
He did, but I don't know what business we have with him.
I should have expected as much. Anari has a habit of leaving out the details and jumping straight to the point. I should get going, but we're bound to see each other again soon. Keep well, Anari.
Sir Eldin, Lady Salome, I've brought you Sister Ilona and her companion Edwin.
So, the man was with her after all.
At first, I thought a holy woman was being accosted by some blackguard. To think that he was her traveling companion.
I understand I may not have the friendliest appearance, but I have sworn to protect Sister Ilona from harm.
Oh, this is indeed unexpected. Anari's eyes are keen, but perhaps only for hunting her quarry.
True. There's no need to understand the conversations of beasts to hunt them, only their behavior.
Judging by Anari's report, I would have thought she was describing a saint.
Thank you for your kind words, but they are far too gracious to be wasted on me. I have not done anything to be deserving of such praise.
I thought you might be able to join us for tonight's feast for All Hallows Eve, and to perhaps lead us in prayer?
It's not every day that you see a nun, and much less in such unlikely company. So, would you accept our invitation?
We will gladly accept.
Tonight's banquet will begin shortly, but you should still have time to prepare for it. Anari, let us debrief in the meantime.
The food smells amazing. Was that the pheasant you caught today, Anari?
The very one. Ah, a successful hunt and high-quality spices can put even someone like me in a good mood.
You should always be in a good mood then.
Fleur, would you like some spice pheasant?
Oh no, thank you, Aunt Anari. You always make it way too spicy.
That's too bad. I guess you don't really take after Odin when it comes to food.
So, what brings you to Belarov, Mr. Edwin and Sister Ilona? Our town may not look like much after our chapel was ransacked and destroyed, but it was once breathtaking.
We're on a pilgrimage. We were just seeking shelter before dark. I heard about the destruction of a chapel some time ago, but I had no idea it was here.
Yes, it was the barbarians' doing. Even now, we're still rebuilding the town, but the faithful have moved on from here. I miss having someone to share my connection with God, so I am sorry to impose my sudden invitation on you. Belarov is home to people of many faiths. Many of us have traveled from afar, like myself.
From what I understand, Edwin was also quite the traveler before we met.
Do you have any stories, Edwin? I'd love to hear them.
To tell you everything that happened would tax my wits.
Have you seen any mythical creatures on your journeys? Ever met the fair folk? I've always dreamed of finding one.
Let me think. There was this one time I had an encounter with a giant.
You've really traveled a long way if you came from across the sea, Edwin.
Now, I'm wondering, how did you meet Sister Ilona?
Oh, that's a story for another time. I'm pretty tired.
Oh, could it be? Is the story of how you met Ilona not suitable for my ears?
Is that it? You might be onto something, Floor.
Girls these days are sharp.
No, that's not it at all. It's not that interesting compared to my other stories.
I was under the impression you two shared a forbidden romance. Perhaps the strange forces that wander tonight will tip the scales at last.
Fleur, you shouldn't tease Guess. And you really shouldn't encourage her, Isley.
Mother, it's All Hallows Eve. Tricks and pranks are all part of the fun. I'm merely teaching Sister Ilona about this part of the festival. She shouldn't be so serious and uptight all the time.
Well, they said they were on a pilgrimage. If their sins are meant to be forgiven in the end, they should be able to sin along the way all they want.
Not you two, dear. You must have had too much to drink.
I apologize, Mother. And I apologize to you as well, Edwin and Sister Ilona, for insinuating something I should not have.
We've arranged separate sleeping quarters for the both of you. Please, don't take our jest seriously.
You've been most gracious to offer us both this feast and shelter for the night. Thank you again for your hospitality.
Oh, no need. But if you must insist, you're welcome. Please, I know this is all too much for you and Sister Ilona. You've met quite a few people already, and it's getting late. If you need to retire for the evening, you are welcome to. Though, I must admit, I remain curious as to how you two met each other. Are you religious, Edwin?
As much as any other man. Our meeting, well, Ilona pulled me out of a dark place. We bonded over the stories and poems she was recording. I did not want to let her travel alone, so I decided to act as her guard on this journey.
Ah, I see. Having a companion to talk about the same texts. That's not so different from me and Isley.
Well, magical text. Books about curses and spells, rather than stories and poems.
Oh, that's unusual. Both of you practice magic?
It's a useful resource, but difficult to master. You did say the two of you are on a pilgrimage, so you might not be aware of recent events.
There have been sightings of a werewolf in another town.
Those foul beasts. A werewolf truly must be cursed to succumb to their bloodlust. Please, pay no heed to my language. It's just Belarov was once an old fortress, so we don't have to worry about monster attacks. But in my youth, I experienced an attack firsthand. If it were not for my study of magic, who could say what might have happened?
Edwin, are you okay? You look awfully pale.
I apologize. I might have gone too far.
Do you need any assistance?
No, thank you, Ilona. And yes, Fleur, I think I may need to rest for the day. Please excuse me, my mind's been all over the place. I should be back in full spirits by tomorrow.
Very well. Isley, if you may, show him to his room, please.
Of course.
Lord, please have mercy on my soul. I want to believe that I am human, but the people won't accept me all the same. Am I allowed to surrender at last? If I were to end it, right here and right now, wouldn't that be spectacular? Look at me, a husk of myself. Not even courage remains. Pathetic. I should be better than this. Stronger than this. What was the point of going through the trials of the military otherwise? I've been through worse. That day, I was brave, wasn't I? I did save my sister from the werewolf attack, didn't I? But did I really do it for her? Or did my thirst for blood take over? A whiff of blood, and I'm running towards it. And he won't leave me alone since then. The Lord of the Forest, he calls himself. Penetrating my dreams ever since that day. And granting me the curse of the Wolfskin. Only the insane ones are bestowed with this torment, like I. What am I doing? Ilona told me once to hold on to hope. What's done is done. But today was a disaster. How could I lose my composure? I was practically dripping with sweat. I know for a fact that Uldin must have noticed that. Sooner or later, I'm a dead man. And I will bring Ilona down with me. Ilona, My darling. I wish I could say these words to your face. What a fool I am for having kept my affection a secret from you. Because now I don't think I'll get another chance to say what I want to say. I can feel the hysteria building up within me. Expanding like it's never before, rising so far, far, far away from my control. But I promise you this, Ilona. I am not going to hurt you. I am going to do right by you. I am not going to hurt anyone who's innocent. It may seem the other way around, but whatever I do, I will have a damn good reason for it.
Ed, I wonder how he's doing. That conversation earlier really took a turn for the worse for him. Not a sound. He's probably asleep. I should get some rest too, so we can both leave early tomorrow. The people here are kind, but there's too much risk if we stay. We have to keep moving.
There's no time to lose. See if you can wake him up. I'm going on ahead.
Edwin?
It's Alona! No. Please, no.
It's no use! Damn it! If only I was stronger. I'm going to get Anari. Something's wrong. The servants' quarters are on the other side of the house up the stairs. Get a master key for this door.
I have a copy of the master key! Come on! There's no time to waste!
Edwin.
Don't come any closer. Stay away.
Get away from him, Alona! I knew there was something wrong with him. I should have shot him dead when I had the chance.
I was too late. I'm so sorry. I couldn't save them.
We need to restrain him. Flair's gone missing.
I didn't do it. I wasn't the one who did this.
An honest man would beg harder for his life. You sound like you've already accepted your execution.
Wait, please give us a minute. I want to talk to Edwin.
Fine. 1 minute and no more. I'm sure you wouldn't be so stupid as to try anything. But be warned.
Edwin, can you hear me? Ed.
I am so sorry, Ilona. I wasn't able to control it.
Do you swear that you didn't kill them?
When I entered the room, They were already like this.
Then you weren't the one. Something's wrong. Your hands, they're not turning back.
Stop. Time's up. I can't say I trust you quite yet, Ilona. You seem like a clever girl. And who would dare suspect a nun of planning such a gruesome scene? Turn yourself in quietly, Edwin, and I'll make sure her interrogation isn't painful.
What now?
It's obvious that Edwin is guilty, but I'm not sure what to do with a nun.
Don't be hasty, Anari. There's a lot we don't know yet. Besides, I'm certain I was the first one to wake up. I didn't see Ilona do anything suspicious.
That matches up with what I saw of her. It just doesn't seem like something Ilona would do from what I know of her.
What? You think she would let you in on her plots in one night?
That's precisely it. She's awful at keeping secrets. If she really was involved, I don't think she would be able to hide it.
Ilona, did you know that the man was a werewolf before entering this town?
Yes. In my presence, he's more capable of controlling his transformation.
And yet you've been harboring a monster, regardless of the consequences? Unfathomable.
I am searching for a way to cure him of his curse. That is all. Please, I honestly don't think he did it. There must be more to what happened. I can help you find it.
The town needs to know we can't hide this for long. Not to mention, Floor is still missing. As long as we keep an eye on Ilona as she investigates, I think it should be safe.
Fine. Let her run around. Just make sure someone keeps an eye on her. Always. I'll go first. You two assemble a search party for the forest in the meantime. I'll lead the search once you're ready. Ilona, you have until sundown. Prove that Edwin is innocent, or I'm going to personally make sure you won't like what's coming to the two of you.
Could Salome have survived that attack? Even for just a moment? Apparently Uldin was capable of using fire magic. Did Salome get caught in his attack? I can't really imagine that happening.
Anything out of place?
There's traces of fur, but that's about it. What about the other rooms?
Isley told me there was something that felt out of place in Fleur's room. I'll also let you look through Salome's room.
She asked you to go over the events of the day with her, after she met with us. I assume you came to her room, Anari?
Correct. I gave my report about seeing you and Edwin for the ladies' record keeping. The one thing that's not where it should be is the chest. Though,
What is it? Please, don't hold back.
I don't think it has anything to do with the murders. That chest is meant for Fleur when she is married. Salome had it made recently. It's natural she might have moved it since I was last here. She did worry about Fleur's future, after all. Salome was still considering which items should go inside. Impossible. I've seen quite enough. I don't want to remain in this ghastly room.
Anari, you don't look too well. I think we should pause our investigation for the moment. Would you like some tea?
Tea? Does it look like I'm in the mood for some tea right now? In the middle of this mess? Is there something wrong with your head, sister? Have you forgotten the situation we find ourselves in? Or are you trying to lace my drink with...
I can assure you it's none of that. I want to find the culprit as much as you do, but I'll need your help for that. I only wish to see that you're in good health to proceed, so I thought we could take a quick break.
With some tea, I get it. Very well. I must tell you that I despise the leaves from this country, so you'd better make a damn fine cup.
Are there any to your taste?
Fine black tea with bitter orange. I think old Dan had some in his pantry.
Here you go. Please, have some.
Not bad. Tell me, are all nuns this annoying?
Pardon me?
Whatever you're trying to do is futile. Re-examining the corpses or the rooms won't change anything. Edwin was the one who killed them.
What makes you so sure of that?
I heard the details from Kalak and Isley. Everyone's locations were accounted for. I was on patrol as the head of the town guard. Kalak was the first one to react to the scream, followed by you. Isley was in her room. Each of us were able to confirm each other's location at the time of the murder. The only one who couldn't be found was Edwin.
How do you suppose that everyone is saying the absolute truth? Kella could have acted as if he witnessed the murder. We have no account of what he was doing before that. There was also nobody around to confirm that Isley was not at the crime scene, and I found her alone. And finally, where was Fleur? You do understand where I'm coming from, yes?
I do. You're smarter than you look, nun. Indeed. Fleur was missing at the time of the murder. Nobody had seen her enter or exit the manse, I'll give you that much. But I highly doubt she could be the murderer. She's far too frail.
The door was destroyed in the time it took for Isley and I to return. How do you explain that?
Does the door being destroyed really mean anything? It doesn't change the fact that Edwin was at the crime scene, transformed. Let me cue you in on this. Out of everyone here, you and Edwin are the most suspicious. The two of you are outsiders, whereas we've all known each other for a long time. I don't plan on letting my bias against the two of you get the better of me, however. Let's start at the beginning. What could be the motivation for the murder? Kelak was an associate of Uldin and I during the war. He's selfless to the point of stupidity. I guess serving as a medic will do that to you. It's hard to admit this, but I consider Kelak to be a close friend. He is a kind-hearted man, but that is no reason for letting him off the hook. He simply has no reason for murder.
Please, explain.
He's as kind as he is weak, so I doubt he could overpower both Uldin and Salome. Anything he could have ever needed, whether coin or rare books on magic, he could have simply asked Uldin. And Uldin wouldn't have hesitated, because they share quite the history. Although, one thing I can tell you for sure is Kelak is hiding something. Before he settled here, he had done nothing but walk and regret for 5 years, or so he says. It keeps him up at night. Whether it's related to this case, I do not know.
I see. What about Isley? I honestly don't know much about her.
She acted as an assistant to Salome, to help with keeping the town running, organization, and tasks. She's been doing her fair share of blunders lately, but I know she takes her job seriously. Perhaps she's just daydreaming more. I'm not saying that she's incompetent, let me get that straight. As long as her clumsiness doesn't get in my way. Though, I don't know much about her either to determine her motivation.
Is she close with Fleur? They are almost the same age.
Not really. Isley and Fleur seem to be in their own heads. Isley with the study of magic as an apprentice, and Fleur being a little troublemaker and a prankster. My niece still plays jokes and tricks, even at her age. It's all childish nonsense. Fleur.
Are you feeling alright, Anari?
Don't you dare patronize me, woman! Who do you think you are, prying so brazenly? Take your high and mighty servant of God tripe elsewhere! Trying to save that monster lover of yours. Are you out of your mind?
I do not know what has gotten into you all of a sudden, but I do not appreciate being spoken to like this. I showed compassion for you when time is of the essence. Instead of listening to you berate me, I should be finding the murderer. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to lash out at you like that. It's just, I want to find the culprit behind this mess.
It's fine. If the I standing here was the Anari a couple of years back, you would have been mutilated by now. However, I did step out of line. Who you choose to be with is none of my business. I know violence for the sake of it won't solve anything. Though we may not see eye to eye on everything, Nun. I quite like you now. The tea must have swayed my opinion, I'm sure. Since we're on good terms now,
Are we?
and I can't bear to see you with such a sad face, I'll let you in on a secret. There's a cure for lycanthropy. You may be rid of the beast that lies within your dear beloved. And for your and Edwin's sake, I suggest you use it.
Which is?
It's for the lycan to die, of course.
Hmm.
The look on your face, brilliant. No, don't give me that look. I was only kidding. Partly. Anyhow, enough chit-chat. I must go and make preparations to lead the search party for Fleur.
I should take my leave as well. There is much to consider after what we've seen today.
Indeed. I can't wait to hear what kind of answer you will give at sundown.
I can't ever tell if you're on my side.
I wonder too.
Where to? Hey! Is everything alright? Stay with me! Ilona?
Was I?
Take it easy. You're safe. We're still in the manse.
Just how long was I out for?
It's almost midday. It wasn't an ordinary fainting spell. You should have regained consciousness faster if it was simply fatigue and stress. I've taken precautions and treated you for poisoning.
Then, do you think... Did Anna-Marie try to poison me?
I suppose you really can't rule out that possibility. Did you eat or drink anything with her?
Only tea, but I was the one who suggested and prepared it. I didn't see her slip anything in my drink. In fact, she was convinced I was trying to poison her.
She's not the type to take such a cowardly approach. She may seem cruel, but I don't think she would go that far to sabotage your efforts and put a stop to you.
It seems you and Anna-Marie know each other well. I don't have much time, but I need to ask. She had an extreme reaction upon seeing a wooden statue resembling Fleur. What could have terrified her so much about it?
Truth be told, I don't really know much about her history. Only rumors. She must think that the statue has something to do with the Fae. Something in her past made her be wary of them. Fleur admires the fair folk. The wooden statue is too elaborate to be one of Fleur's pranks, especially with the death of her parents.
So, her aversion to seeing the statue has to do with her trauma and distaste for Fleur's Fae-related tricks?
Something like that. Anna-Marie hates being pitied, and she doesn't show pity for anyone else either. She would be terrified at the thought of Fleur being spirited away by the fair folk. It's not something that she could ever accept. That's probably why she's leading the search. About the tea you had with Anna-Marie, was there anything odd about it? I'm asking because before the banquet, I gave Uldine his medicine, a powerful soporific. There were 3 less doses in the pantry when I checked.
Then, you think someone last night...
Oh, Ilona. I heard you fainted in the town square. I was worried.
Ah, yes. I'd invited Isley over for lunch. Ilona, you probably haven't eaten at all yet, have you? You should try to eat, even if it's just a little. I guess it's hard to trust anyone after what you've been through.
No, it's fine. I'll eat with you. You're right, I probably can't do much if I don't take care of myself. So, are you considering the possibility someone tried to drug us during the banquet?
That's what I feared, at least. Anna-Marie and I left before that, so I don't really have a clear picture of what exactly happened.
The sugar! It must have been tampered with. Last night, I didn't add any to my tea because I didn't want to be rude, but I took some when I had tea with Anna-Marie.
I remember Fleur was really insistent on putting sugar in my tea. I did think that was weird.
How much sugar did you put in your tea this morning, Ilona?
4 spoonfuls.
That sure is a lot.
Goodness! No wonder you were out for so long. I'm surprised Inori didn't get on your case for adding tea to your cup of sugar.
I think we can confirm this theory to be true then. Someone was trying to put us into a deep sleep, and there's a chance they were trying to target Edwin specifically.
Then that would implicate Salome or Fleur most likely. They were the ones who prepared the tea last night.
It's not like I can deny it, but...
Uldine could be involved, too. The truth is, the medicine he uses is made to look inconspicuous on purpose. I never inquired too closely about it, but he comes from a rather unscrupulous family. It wouldn't surprise me if he was aware of this plot.
Could you tell us more about how Edwin is able to transform into a werewolf? Have you seen him do it?
No, I haven't. When he transforms, even when I ask it of him, he tells me to look away or to close my eyes.
Wait, why do you ask him to transform? What do you do when he's a werewolf?
It's a secret.
Secret. Wait! That's precisely it! I heard of shape changers before while studying cursed objects. They would either use an ointment or the pelt of an animal to assume the form of a beast. If the curse was tied to his body, he wouldn't fear you witnessing his transformation. But what if it was an item? If he feared betrayal, he wouldn't even show it to an ally.
Besides, there's always a risk involved in keeping that item safe. So it is better that only the bearer knows of it, because it could get lost, or destroyed, or...
Stolen.
There is a high chance that this cursed item still exists. Had it been destroyed, he would have died along with it.
This would give us a reason as to why Edwin was drugged last night. Uldine and Salome are sharp, and they might have caught on to Edwin being a werewolf early on.
If we return this item to Edwin, would it restore the transformed arms back to a human form?
It's entirely possible if that's what controls the transformation. A cursed item like that can generally only be bound to one person.
Someone else could have also used it, but
Uldine would understand the consequences of such a thing.
I highly doubt it would be him.
Even so, finding this item might lead us to finding the true culprit, or at least help make sense of this tragedy. You might not be able to convince everyone that Edwin is innocent otherwise.
Yes, Anna-Ree wouldn't accept it so easily. What would it take to convince her of Edwin's innocence?
Short of having the culprit confess their crime, or finding Flora in hope of an answer, I don't know.